Hello and welcome to another episode of Don't You Have Something Better to Do? I'm your host, Kris Donley, favorite musician, writer, songwriter, professional Jesse Zero singer, as usual. Today I have a gentleman that's been in the Cleveland music scene for quite some time. He's played in some really cool bands, and honestly, he's one of the most optimistic and unjaded fellas for the most part that I've met. So I'm not sure how he is going to try to dig into that to see how the Cleveland music scene or music scene in general has not broken him like so many of the rest of us. But ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, the left-handed maven, Mr. Kris Jones.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, pal, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem,
I'll
man.
try not to keep you too long, but
Oh, you're all good.
I've been
It's
having
just-
fun with this, so
it's an easy day for me. I just have to be at Temple Live at about 5 to work with the Indigo Girls for their show tonight.
oh, nice. Well, do me a favor, Christopher. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself,
Let's
all
see.
facets, because there's actually a lot of different tentacles to what is Kris Jones.
Let's see here. I've been playing in bands in the Cleveland area since I was about 15. I've done everything from, you know, working as just, a pizza delivery boy while, you know, playing guitar in punk bands and stuff to working for record labels. We had a subsidiary of Universal here in Cleveland a while back, and I actually got a job with them while I was going to recording school at Tri-C, Cuyahoga County Community
I
College.
didn't know that.
And then that turned into about a 2 year span of a job before the label got ran into the ground.
Which label was it? Was it when
They
Victory
were called
was?
It was
Oh,
Rust
Rust.
Records.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize you were working with Rust.
Yep. I was usually working with the Cherry Monroe and the Between Home and Serenity guys,
Gotcha.
and then we had another band called Southcott that was like a emo pop punk band from upstate New York. Worked a lot with them. Still friends with those guys to this day, all of them.
They still playing?
Um, no, they're actually doing like a karaoke. They're doing that live karaoke stuff.
Oh,
They
okay.
they tour and do a
As the
live karaoke.
karaoke band.
Yeah, and they
No
actually
way.
make like a ton of money.
That's
They're
crazy.
doing very well.
Good.
I've booked them a couple times now. Um, but yeah, so I went from doing that to managing bands. I actually discovered a few bands while I was working for a less than savory individual that everyone from Cleveland is very familiar with, probably at good old HM or Hardcore Marketing or HM Concerts, whatever they wanted to call themselves. And I had no idea who they were because I'd never dealt with them before. But I was working in the studio area with them, helping with bands. So I did some stuff there.
Is Neil still around?
No, he's in North Carolina, last I heard, but he kind of got ran out of town after he, you know, shystered everybody. But most of my job was dodging calls from angry parents trying to figure out why their kid's band hasn't been paid. And I was just like, Neil, what are you doing, dude?
Wow.
So that was a whole thing. But yeah, I discovered a couple bands that he eventually signed. Never got paid for any of that. And they're actually, one of them's really big today. Not going to say who they are. Then from there, I just kind of started doing new bands. I was the vocalist for my first band ever called A Phoenix Down. That was like, well, not my first band ever, but the first time I was a vocalist. And they were like a post-hardcore, not really metalcore because that wasn't a thing yet, but kind of like in that realm, screamo, if you will. And then that kind of just opened up some more doors for me. Eventually started Along Came a Spider with some of the guys from the band Silence of a Silhouette. That was
Was
another
that
band here in Cleveland.
was that like around what? 07, 08?
Yeah, I think so. 2007, 2008, maybe.
I
I
might be a
think,
couple years after that, actually. I don't know.
yeah. Well, my last year in the band was the same year my mother passed away, and that was 2010. So I'd say about 2007 we started doing that stuff because I was
Okay.
in the band for about 3 years before we, parted ways. Which that was a whole thing. Used my inheritance money to pay for getting our record made, and then got the boot.
Yikes. Because I think you did an interview. I forget what podcast it was in the same night that Derek and Brian from my band at the time did one. I think that you guys were all in there together. We were Via the Sun then.
Oh yeah, maybe that might have been after I was out of the band. I
Oh,
don't
was it?
know
Okay.
because they I mean, there's not a single original member left,
Oh,
but
really?
yeah, not a single founding member of that band is left.
But they're keeping the name?
I, you know,
Wow. Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, the closest thing they had to an original member was Tony, and he's going to be drumming with me in this new project that I'm starting, which actually, oddly enough, is really cool. It's all guys that I've been in bands with before. So we have Nate Hilton on guitar. He was the bass player in A Phoenix Down with me. Um, and then we've got Sean Miller, who's kind of acting as engineer and writer and guitar player right now too. He was in Malice 213 when I did a brief stint with that band.
I remember that band.
And then yeah, you got me, and then Tony Castillo drumming. So that'll be fun. I was just actually in the studio with them last night. Where I've had this riff that's been living in my head for like 12 years, and it's like a very like skate punk, like Pennywise, like strung out, that kind of stuff. And I finally have a band that I can use it with. So we tracked it. We've got chorus into verse and some other stuff, and I have no clue where to go from that. Like I'm stuck in both ways. So we went over last night, and Sean made food, and we ate, and then I got all like lethargic while we're sitting there. I'm like, I can't think of what to do, man. So we're sitting there trucking along trying to record this thing, and I'm just like, man, we're gonna have to come back because I can't like write on a full stomach. I'm falling asleep here. Like,
If all else fails, man, reverse the chords and do a little wanking off, you know?
but so yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm kind of just like
Do
I
you
don't
guys
know,
have
man.
a
Like,
name yet? Have you
no, we've got no. I'm kind of letting this like
breathe?
steer itself. I'm just gonna like, you know
Right.
what I mean? Like
No
music take,
pressure.
yeah, music take the wheel. Man, honestly, if that band name wasn't taken, that's what I would go with. Honestly, if somebody wasn't
Music
already, yeah,
music
yeah,
takes the wheel.
no pressure. If that
Oh,
name wasn't already
gotcha.
taken, I'd use it. But that's the dude from the story so far, and then Pat Kennedy from here in Ohio. He's the guitar player in that band. Local punk legend.
When did you get into the like all the cooking and stuff like that? Like,
I've always liked to cook. I did it multiple times when I was younger. And then I was just like, you know what? Like, I found this place. It was the end of the pandemic. Things had been really hard on a lot of us, and I was going through a really big upheaval in my life at that point. With some stuff that was going on, and I was just completely lost. Made some bad choices, hung out with some bad people after my father had passed away, and I just kind of got lost, and I found this place called Great Oaks Tavern. I was sitting at the bar one day with my then roommate and one of my best longtime friends, and the owner was like, "Anybody want to work or know how to cook and want to work on Mother's Day?" And I was like, "I'll do it," because we were all scrambling for jobs and stuff, and I just found this place, and it made me fall in love with cooking again, and it just really took off, and I still love to do it. I just after I left there to try
for
to
yourself more?
Yeah, after I left that place to try and expand and you know try to go full blown career with this, I ran into bad place after bad place after bad place,
Mm.
and it just burned me out on ever wanting to do it for anybody else ever again. Like, I'll cook until the day I die. I'll always love doing it and taking care of my people and uh, you know acts of service, for the people I care about and whatnot. But I don't think I'll ever be strapping on an apron for a paycheck ever again because it's just not the way it used to be. And I'm kind of just burned out on all this pretentious chef crap where they're all like, "Oh, this isn't elevated." Shut up and cook. Just shut up and cook.
Right.
Like,
But that's the
uh,
funny thing too. Like, I mean, honestly, I only met you a few years ago, really, for the
yeah.
most part. But like, everyone in town, in like every industry, and it's pretty wild because like
I blame that on
you're
my
always
severe.
smiling, you're always smiling, you always got a good attitude, and I appreciate that. So
I blame it on my severe unmedicated ADHD that I just can't find one thing to stick with. So I just did. I became okay at a lot of stuff, and I just
gotcha.
met a lot of people along the way. Like, I don't know. I just.
Did you finish at for the recording school?
No, actually, that job at the record label took over my life, and I was constantly driving all over the place and traveling and doing all kinds of stuff. And plus, I was like, well, I went to school to get into the industry. I'm in the industry, so
Yeah.
let's just go. If I did not have time to do that with
Did you,
you
did
know.
you retain enough that you're still able to like at least do like
Honestly, the
demos
stuff
and
they
stuff
were
like
teaching
that
us
or
back then, the game has changed. I mean, this was 2004.
oh okay.
Yeah, so recording has changed so much now. Everything I learned back then is pretty much outdated, and
Do you learn like on the ADAT shit like that?
yeah, we learned every like analog, ADAT, reel to reel. I mean,
Okay.
just and we actually had Ozzy Osbourne's old board in there. I think they still have it.
Really?
Yeah, at the Recording Arts and Technology studio on the Tri-C campus at Metro. I think they still have it. I don't know if they do or not, but they have a whole new studio there now.
Hmm.
It is way more upgraded and nice than when I was there. I've seen my friend Andy Boldry. His band records there at that studio with and
Like with
a
the
couple of the
students and stuff?
yeah, yeah, and they
Okay.
like, I mean, their stuff came out great.
Awesome.
But yeah, I mean, most everybody's doing everything in the box now, and they're just opening up a DAW and
Yeah.
plugins, and I don't know. That's kind of why I'm doing this band that I'm doing now. Is I'm absolutely fried out on modern metalcore and metal and everything with just all the heavily programmed bass.
The perfection, the cut and
Yeah, man, it's
paste
like
and
how everything's quantized, all hell and back. And I miss putting on a set of headphones and being a kid and like we're on our family road trip or whatever for the summer vacation thing or something, and mom let me go buy two new CDs before the trip so I'd have something to entertain myself with. And I miss that feeling of getting lost in my headphones and just staring out the window but feeling like I'm right there in the room while they're making the record, because like, I mean, the point of recording bands started out as like we're here to recreate and encapsulate the feeling of a
live.
live
Right.
performance. And now everything is just so overly perfected and quantized and programmed and sampled. It's like you've literally robbed the listener.
You've lost the soul of the music,
Yeah,
really.
you've robbed them of the human experience of enjoying a record.
You're not the first person that I've talked to doing this that's said that.
Yes.
And I agree. Like, I mean, I've always wanted to do like the big room studio where you're all playing together, but I've never had a chance to do that. I've released 35 albums, but I've never had a chance to do the big room where you actually there was one time where we were kind of in, but we were in separate booths. But yeah, man, I feel you
And
about
that was like the
just
coolest
getting
thing about doing the Along Came a Spider record, the way we did it. And this is like one of the just coolest, like, to watch time do its thing kind of stories also.
like the songs are metamorphosing
No,
on their
actually,
own or
one of the players, watch his career. Just like, it's so weird. Like, I can literally tell people Patrick from Ice Nine Kills was in my band.
oh really?
Yeah, he was in Affiance at the time.
Oh, I forgot about
Um,
Defiance.
yeah, and now they're called Knight Rider, but they're still doing their thing. Music's a little bit different, and honestly, they've morphed, and it's really really good.
Are they still
He's
around here or
Yeah, he's playing drums in that band too.
okay?
But we didn't have a drummer at the time, and we had the studio time booked to get this record going. So we came hat in hand to Pat and Affiance, and we were like, "Hey, can you learn these 5 songs to put out this EP and come record it for us?" And he's like, "Yeah." He learned the songs in like 3 days, not even. and then showed up to Lava Room with his kit and just like I couldn't even believe what I was hearing. Like he played those drums better than anybody we'd had try out, anybody we'd had in the band before. I mean, the guy's an absolute beast of a drummer to begin with, but like, and he's just gotten better over time. But like, he went in there and I think he nailed everything in 1 to 2 takes.
Nice.
And they mic'd him up in the big Studio A room at Lava Room and had like, a barrage of room and kit mics and everything on him, and so that was like cool to watch.
Was that Mike? Was that Mike Brown that recorded you?
Yes. No, wait, who was it? Oh God, I can't. It was one of his engineers. Mike was not there. Oh, I feel like such a jerk. I can't remember this guy's name.
Dude, it's all good.
But I popped in. It was actually my dad's birthday the day we tracked those drums, so like I popped in so he could see the process.
Nice.
And like it was kind of cool because like once he walked in there and he saw everything, he was like he started to get it. Like he finally started to get it. He was always very supportive, but then he started to get it, and it was just like cool to like see him like take it all in. But yeah, so Patrick from Ice Nine Kills was the drummer on the first Along Came a Spider record that was ever put out. And the funny thing is you can only hear it on, I believe, Apple Music.
Who's got the like control of that whole thing?
I'm not sure. I think Kalo does because I think he owns the rights to everything now. Like he joined the band.
Everything together.
He joined the band after I'd left, after I'd been kicked out.
Hmm.
So then he took the rights and everything and all that stuff and bought it, LLC'd it or whatever, and I mean, and now he runs one of the best bar restaurants in Cleveland on top of it too.
Which is
One Star.
I don't know One Star.
They just opened this year, and they already took first place in the Cleveland Scene Awards, the Best of Cleveland for best new place.
Nice.
And I don't really do bars anymore. I don't like to go out and stuff as much as I used to. But it is a very nice place. It's a really nice place. I like it there, and the food's very good.
That's what's wild. I hung out with my old drummer and bass player from my old band yesterday, and they're still playing out, like doing cover bands and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
But like they mentioned like 3-4 other places that I've never even heard of, because like literally since COVID, I only do like weird gigs like country clubs and private parties and corporate stuff. So it's like I haven't made it out either, but I heard that New Foundry is friggin' amazing. I mean, I haven't made it over there yet. I haven't made it to Zitterbar's new place.
Yeah, I haven't been to Globe yet either. I work
Globe
for a
Iron,
production company.
right?
Yeah, Globe Iron.
Yeah,
I work for a production company here in Cleveland, so I'm at gigs all the time. So I'm always so behind like
you're
getting
at
to
Temple
places.
Live a lot, right? You're doing
I'm with Temple Live. I work with Temple Live for Temple Live here in Cleveland. And then I work for Pierce Poets Productions, which they do staffing for all facets of
entertainment,
gigs for all the venues here in Cleveland, pretty much.
I saw you post the other day, like you were actually like doing door and running sound one night or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
a little bar. It's a little bar called Dunlop's over in like the Clark Fulton area, like right off of West 25th.
Okay.
Tiny little bar, very quaint, very nice inside. I really like the place a lot. It's got a lot of potential. We took the company I work for took over as like the managing entity for like the entertainment aspect of it to like book shows and all that stuff. So we're working through the backlog of shows that the people before us had booked, and
I was just trying to like honor the contract that they
had. Yeah,
that's good.
And,
that's good.
So it's getting there. We're getting there, but once it's time, I'd love to have you down.
Oh,
One
definitely.
night.
That'd be great,
So
man.
we'll get you down there.
Yeah, summer's usually tough, but I mean,
Yeah.
but like, fall through winter, I don't really play too much. I write and record mostly, but maybe only do like 5 to 10 shows a month, but
only 5 to 10 a month.
Well, when in the summer I'm doing, 20 to 25 a month, really. I mean,
Jeez.
it's my busy time. So
Yeah.
this year is a little bit less, but
I can't remember the last time I played more than 10 shows in 3 months.
well, that's the problem though. Like it's hard for, once you get a little older, it's hard to really justify playing as much as at least like my old original band, Sindust, was we were playing 150 original shows a year for 10 years or
Yeah,
more.
that's true. I always forget you were in Sin Dust.
Yeah, that was us.
Yeah.
That's who I hung out with yesterday, Mark and Tom.
Oh, okay.
It was nice to reconnect, but I mean that's the thing. Everyone. It's pretty fun to like, oh, Jones, oh, Jones. It's like, I mean, seriously,
I've been running around this town like a little idiot for
a minute, yeah.
22 years.
Is it weird to see like these new places spring up and they're like nice when like
Yeah,
when I
when
was
you're
a kid, it's like the
the
toilets
flying
overflowed at
machine, all that
Peabody's.
stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like literally, and nothing against that because it was just the coolest, dirtiest,
Yeah,
raunchiest atmosphere.
yeah.
And
It's
it
like people
literally,
that meme that goes around. You wouldn't last a second in my asylum. Blah blah blah. And it's always a picture of like Peabody's. You
right? I
know.
mean, dude, I don't care what anybody says. I loved Peabody's. Like,
Oh, it was my. I cried so hard the last night
really?
there. Like we were all there. You know, it was the funniest. It was the band that played that night, the final night. Their tour manager like came up and like was like, "Well, we sold this place out really hard. We want the a bonus."
Oh, jeez.
And it's just everybody laughing at him like, "This wasn't for you."
Right. Do you remember what band that was?
Yeah, yeah. It was Dying Fetus,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah,
like,
I mean that Zitterbart was always great to me, and
oh,
whatever bands I was in, and
everything cool that has ever happened in my life is because of that guy.
really,
Like, oh man, he took me in, in a sense, and like gave me so many cool opportunities. Like my first show as a vocalist was with the Phoenix Down, and we opened up for From First to Last and 4 Years Strong and Pierce the Veil
okay,
at Peabody's, and I didn't know what I was getting into. I was like, yeah, this will be a big show. This will be awesome. Before we even started our set, the whole main stage room was packed.
mhm.
I've never sang on stage before. I'm sitting in there plugging in mics and helping get the guys get their gear set up. And I start to hear the rumble of people behind me. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is all right. They're coming in. I turn around, just packed front to back, and I'm just like,
Did you ever have a chance to play Peabody's when it was in the flats?
I never even got to go there when it was
Oh,
in the
really?
flats because I was too young. My parents wouldn't let me do anything that
We were,
involved going to the city.
I think, we were like 16, and we were, we started off doing those Battle of the Bands and stuff, and it was still
Yeah.
in the flats for like a year or two, and it was like every night that the toilets overflowed, and it was just.
I mean, that
I think
tradition kind of
Dan was
carried
owning
over,
it then.
honestly.
Yeah. That's what was cool about, the downtown one though. It was just, I mean, like the side room was cool. I mean, I even did like an upstairs gig, not the Rockstar room. There was where they turned the offices into later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like we did like a Tool after party one time there. And
Whoa.
there was, 50 people, and it was, that's all that fit in there in us. But yeah, dude, Peabody's, I know a lot of people and bands like are still
That took a big
bitter
chunk
about
out of that.
stuff, but I mean, dude, it was awesome for me at least.
I mean, that place when it closed, that took a big chunk of the city's soul with it, as far as the music scene's concerned. And we kind of languished for a few years looking for a new
Right.
spot to like do what we could do there. And
Well,
you
there
know,
was a couple years that one dude tried to buy up everything, and it was just literally kind of killed the scene to a point for a minute. Like it
yeah,
seemed like so many like rock bands had so much momentum, and I can't remember that guy's name.
was it the Jigsaw guy?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
don't remember his name, but like, yeah, that.
yeah, he bought into like every single club, and then next thing you know, there's all these double bookings and drop bookings and just mistakes, and it literally like took the wind out of our sails, and we
Yeah.
only lasted like, I'm not blaming it all on that, but like,
No, I mean, that was a huge part of it, though. That guy was the shyster, man. He swindled a lot of people.
yeah, I don't know, I can't remember his name.
I can't either, but I know he got ran out of town.
Yeah, man.
It's like same with the guy that used to run incarceration before it got incorporated and Dan Jansen took over. The guy that was running it back when it was Ink and the Clink, he got ran out of town.
Did he?
Oh
But
yeah,
that's what was funny. Like, I mean, I remember we got asked to do like the very first one when it was really tiny,
yeah.
and it was like mostly local bands and stuff, and we couldn't do it. But what they've turned that thing into is amazing. And like
I'm
even looking back, like Jansen, I
yeah
mean, that dude, he's brilliant, and
yeah.
you can't take anything away from that. Like, and it's like
And then you got he gets Danny Weimer, he gets DWP, Danny Weimer presents involved and turns it into the this huge. It's I saw a video the other day of ranking of metal festivals in size
hmm
from like all over the world. Hellfest is obviously number one. That's the one they do over in France. It's actually happening right now.
That's it.
Yeah,
And
but
then what, like walking or
Black, yeah, that one, and then I think Ink was number five of the largest metal festivals in the world
in Mansfield,
in
Ohio?
Mansfield, freaking BFE,
That's so
Ohio, in an
crazy.
old prison. Like,
And then looking back, I mean, Dan was the singer of Last August. They used to play shows with us, like,
yeah, me
you
and
know,
me and Dan worked together in Neil's office. He worked for Neil with me. That's how I met Dan.
really.
Yeah, we used to work shows together. Like, I remember. I swear to God, I will never ride in a vehicle with that man ever again because he is the scariest person behind the wheel I've ever been with.
Dan
Yeah,
Jansen? Okay.
we drove down to Columbus to work a show for Jenna Rayo's band, Suicide City, and just being a passenger in his car, I've never white knuckled it so hard in my entire life.
All right.
But no, like he and I go way back to like doing that stuff, and like honestly, like if it wasn't for him and the friendship and relationship that I had with him, I probably would have never been able to get to play Incarceration. I mean, I got lucky enough to be friends with Jim from Impending Lies, and because we're both left-handed, and I was always buying his old guitars off of him, and that's kind of how that
Really?
got started. I just remember it was. I feel weird I keep bringing this up, but it was like a lot of stuff happened around this time. But like the year my father died, I got a call from Jim one day, and it was just out of the blue. I hadn't talked to him in a minute, and he was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" I was like, I'm doing all right. What's going on?" He's like, you got a bass?" I was like, I don't." He's like, I was like, "I can get one. Why?" And he's like, "Well, you want to play bass for Impending Lies?" I was like, "Okay." He's like,
hmm
"Cool. We're doing a warm up show at Akron, and then we're playing the Chimera Christmas at the Agora." And I was like,
Wow.
"Okay."
That's nice.
So yeah, I went out and grabbed bass gear, and uh, that was it. And then
So
uh,
two questions, like left-handed just because it just felt better, or was it Kurt Cobain, or what was?
I'm just so incredibly left-handed. I've been a left-handed kid my entire life. I played baseball left-handed. I threw everything left-handed, batted, golfed, just all of it. Everything is left-handed. If this arm goes bye-bye, just kill me,
Gotcha.
please.
So
I
do you
tried doing right-handed guitar. But I remember my parents took me to Larry's Music in Worcester.
Worcester? That's where I got my this little bitty Strat, dude.
That's where I got my little Ibanez Strat.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yep.
Larry's
That's like
music.
you're like the second or third person this year that I've had this exact like, yeah, Larry's. That's where I got my first guitar, and it's
Is
like,
it
yeah,
still open? I don't even
I
know.
I don't know. I think it is. I think maybe different ownership or something, but yeah.
Like I used to take my boogie down to get retubed there. They did a great job, but I haven't used my boogie for years. So
But yeah, like I got my first guitar down there, and they took me, and I tried playing right-handed, and I was like, no. And then they gave me they had like like every small music store, they had like two
two.
lefties, and they gave me this Ibanez, and I was like, oh, okay, and just started picking, and I was like, okay, yep, I'm left-handed.
Hmm. So do you
So
consider that's the thing? If you had to say, are you a vocalist? Are you a guitar player? Are you a bass player? Like, what do you think you excel at the most, or what would you?
I'm a mediocre instrumentalist that can kind of sing and scream.
I'm the same. I mean, I fake everything, so
Dude, I
I'm
like
with you.
I suck at guitar. I'm never gonna like be doing like arpeggio sweeps and like mastering scales and all that crap. I'll
But do
never
you
be
want
that good.
to? Do you want to?
No, I don't want to.
I mean, I guarantee you sat down with it, you'd be able to do it. But like,
Yeah,
I've never
I'd
learned
rather
how
just
to
play.
tap or anything, you know?
Yeah, I'd rather just play songs that are fun. And I mean, and I'm not knocking anybody that thinks that stuff is fun because that's the point of music is like you find a way that it's like it makes sense to you and it's fun to you and it's
Right.
like what you want it to be. But for me, it's always just been about groove and feel and like just like a nice chonky aggressive riff or something, like
Yep.
and that's why again this project I'm trying to start is going back to my roots of like Southern California skate punk and
It's
bands
like
like strong
okay.
bands like Strung Out, Pennywise, stuff like that.
So what were your top five bands growing up?
See, and that's a wild like thing to even think about because I was all over the place. I had
Okay.
so many different kinds of things that I liked. Like, uh, but MXPX was like
Okay.
one of the first like bands I really fell in love with. Green Day, Dookie. That was the first CD I ever owned.
Okay.
So I gotta probably put them in there. Deftones. Uh, I'll never forget the first time I saw the video for My Own Summer.
With the
Uh,
with the sharks in it, the
Yeah,
shark
oh my
cages.
God. And I was like obsessed with sharks as a kid. Like I saw Jaws and like, it's the 50th anniversary of that going on right now, but
Yep.
that movie changed me forever. I was like, I need to know everything I can about sharks. So when I hear that "Bah!" and then that just
Yeah.
groovy heavy riff come in, I was sitting
Mhm.
there on it was like a school night or something, and they were running like the Warp Tour special. Uh and they were playing bands that were playing that year, and that kicked in, and I was just like
Mhm.
just like staring at my TV, like, what am I looking at right now?
So
What am I hearing?
around the fur was the first you heard then that
Yeah,
an
yeah,
album. Okay.
yep.
Because I saw him, dude. I went to it was I Hate God, Deftones, White Zombie, and Pantera at Blossom. I want to say in like '96, maybe.
Yeah, because didn't yeah, Around the Fur came out in '97.
Yeah. So I immediately bought Adrenaline when I got home, and then it was just like it was like I found this band that's heavier than Pantera, and I in a different way, but in like a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
And
are, and again, they were part of that. They really became part of that, like BMX skateboard,
mhm,
culture. Like
right.
everybody loved them.
But then like that's the thing. You go back and listen to Adrenaline now, and it's like I wish they would have had the production of Pony or Fur
Right. Oh
for
my
that
God.
album.
Yeah.
Like it's so digital and tingy, but
It's like
it's still
you can tell.
great.
It
You
sounds
know,
like he's just using a crappy Marshall solid state amp and just oh,
grunge pedal or something. I don't even know what it is.
where's the get the distortion pedal
Right. I don't know,
or
man.
metal zone?
Who
But
knows, dude? The dude from Biffy Clyro still plays a Metal Zone a pedal on
is
stage
but
live.
is it a Wazacraft though? Because if it's a Wazacraft, it'll be all right.
I don't know what that means. That I think you're making that
It's
word
the
up.
Japanese version. There's like the Boss, Metal Zone pedal, and then there's the Wazacraft version of the Boss, which is a Japanese version of it that's like
Okay.
better.
So you are a gearhead then, because
I'm a
I am not.
I'm a freaking nerd. And I don't know anything compared to like a lot of these guys. I just like I know what certain things are because I got a good buddy of mine, Lucian Gatos, he was a luthier at Sam Ash, and he would always fix my stuff, and he taught me a bunch of stuff. Curran Murphy, I would take my guitars to him when I lived out in the Medina Akron area when I was a chef at Wadsworth Tavern and everything.
Where
I
did
had
you
to take
grow up then?
Lodi.
Lodi, really?
Yeah.
I grew up like 10 minutes from Lodi
Where?
in Polk.
Okay.
You take 42 south and then take a ride on 700 right past West Salem
Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and just out in the
I always
boonies.
tell people Lodi just because, like, when I say Seville, people were like, huh? And then I'm like, south of Medina. They're like, what? I'm like, Lodi. They're like, oh, the outlet mall. I'm like, yeah, okay, there you go.
No doubt. When did you move up like to the city?
I honestly, I've been back and forth between there and Cleveland just because of my parents' health situations and stuff like that. I've been back and forth to Cleveland since I was 20,
Hmm.
pretty much. But I've been, I would just say, what, 22 years I've been living off and on in Cleveland.
I'm sorry I
With your
interrupted you
parents?
too.
Oh, you're fine.
So it was like MXPX, Deftones, like so punkier, but then like
Yeah,
Deftones kind of
I'd say
started.
I think Snapcase. I saw them same way I saw Deftones. I saw the music video for their one song, Typecast Modulator, and that was from. Oh God, I always flub the names of their records, but they played Warp Tour the same year as Deftones did, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was the year after. But my mom was kind of like uh, very Christian. So she was, kind of, and she kind of ran the house as far as like what I was allowed to listen to.
So
Uh,
you hid some CDs under your bed and
oh,
stuff.
I hit some. I got my first job at a record store for that exact reason,
Nice.
so I could get the records, and she wouldn't see them. Like I was 15 and a half working at the record store at the Lodi Outlet Mall. That was the first job I ever had, but it was so I could get the records that I wasn't allowed to have.
Right.
There was T-shirts that I had to hide from her. Like, oh, so I found MXPX, and they were a Christian band. So I
You're just kind of like, hey, mom, look, it's okay.
dude, exactly.
You know,
So then I told my dad, I was like, Dad, there's this big concert I want to go to. And I'll never forget how I found out about Warped Tour. We were at like Belden Village Mall or one of the malls around somewhere. And I was in the record store snooping around like I always did. Like I break off from them and go walk around. And I was like, 14 or 15 at this point in time. And I was looking for like MXPX records and stuff like that because they had a pretty extensive catalog by the time I'd gotten into them already.
yeah.
And they had like B-sides and all kinds of stuff
The
because
imports back in the day
yeah.
when that was just, yeah,
Yep.
dude.
So I'm sitting there looking in like the punk section, because record stores used to have, everything categorized nicely.
Right.
So and these two cute girls were like, "You like MXPX?" And I was like,
I do now.
yeah, yeah, I do." And I was like, just like, girls don't talk to me. What the hell's going on? I was bullied in school so bad when a girl talked to me for the first time, I almost my pants. I was like, But so they're like, "Are you going to Warp Tour?" And I'm
I am now.
like having no clue what the hell Warp Tour is. I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, totally, yeah, I'm gonna go." Like, "Oh, okay, cool, I'll see you there." I'm like, "All right, Warp Tour."
Yeah.
I'm running around trying to
Jesus.
find. And again, sheltered kid growing up out in the country. The
Mhm.
only music I know is what I hear on MTV or what I hear on WMMS or 92.3 back in the day. It's
Yeah.
like that was all I knew. So that was
Well,
kind
how'd
of
you
like
find
my
MXPX though? Like they weren't. It's not like they were playing on the
a
radio.
kid that I rode BMX with knew who they
Okay.
were, and I was just like, "Oh, this is cool." So then I just went and bought the record because it like was fun to ride BMX to. Like we had trails with dirt jumps built in the woods,
Hmm.
and we had a board nailed up into one of the trees that we could put a boom box on with a CD
Nice.
player in it. And so he would always put a CD in up there, and we would just, you know,
So did you used to
listen.
buy like the rock mags and stuff back at the fanzines and like went back in the day when it was still a thing? I don't even
Yep.
know. Is it? I mean, I don't even know the last time I saw like a rock magazine. I don't even know.
Like Hit Parader and Revolver and
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
everything's
Revolver, I guess is that counts because they're still
yeah.
online presence is pretty strong.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't. Man, that was my entire study hall in high school was going through the new issue of Hit Parader and Ride BMX magazine. Those were and Guitar World.
How's alternative press? I mean, I haven't even thought about that for a minute because
I mean,
they
there's
were in the
still
same
there's
building as Lava as
well, Lava was in that building too. Yeah, the
that's what I
78th
thought.
Street Studios. Yeah, it was Rust Records,
Is
Neil Sheehan's.
AP still there?
I believe so. Yeah,
Are they really?
yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know if Mike is still running it or not. If I maybe I don't know if he retired yet or
I'm
what,
sure some corporate bullshit bought him out and
but
who knows?
I know there was a younger girl that I was friends with on Facebook. I don't know if I still am. I remember seeing that her title was some sort of managing editor at AP. So I mean, I'm sure Mike still runs it, but in
Mm,
some aspect. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, they're still putting stuff out.
good.
It's just it's few and it's kind of like become hot topic where it's like
Mm,
just kind of softened, if you will, as far as like the
yeah.
content.
I guess
But
I mean, I've kind of taken myself out of the loop to a point. Like,
same, I
I
got
mean,
to that age where I'm just like I don't care anymore.
I mean, I still write and record a ton and put tons of stuff out, but I don't know the last time I actually sent an album to go get reviewed or even to like to scene or anything. It was just
Yeah.
like I just don't care. And I mean, literally, I just want to hear it myself, so I just do it. And if two people listen to it, then that's cool.
Honestly, yeah, and it's like, you know what? I'm done making music for people. I'm done doing all the things that I love to do for the ingratiation of other people. I would rather just,
Ingratiation.
I'd rather,
Woo.
I'm a bit of a thesaurus. I know words, Chris.
Oh, you're big.
Okay.
Ingratiation. Well, that's the thing though. Like talk
I,
about Trendkill, man. You guys have built
oh
that
yeah.
from the ground. No, it should be talked about. It's a fun show. You guys are goofballs, but you know your and
I can't, like, my biggest thing in life is I can't take anything too seriously
you
because
can't.
like what a miserable existence that must be to like take everything and yourself
Agreed.
that seriously. Like you see these people walking around angry all day long, and I'm like, man, that must suck.
Agreed,
But
man.
like we try to do the news about current music events and stuff like that, and granted it's gotten a lot harder because everybody's afraid of getting canceled or getting their career ended by people on the internet, so people don't misbehave like they did back in the day. So we look for stories and and just try to have fun with it, man. And I got asked to be a special guest host, God, 6 years ago, and it's just kind of steamrolled since. And, there's been some casting changes. Coley's not with us anymore, unfortunately. So we got, and I think this is a great move when he's available to do the shows. We got Scott Nixon from Stay Beautiful America. He fills in on shows some nights, but and then we have Jimothy and me and Sean.
I see you and Sean are having a fun internet battle right now.
Johnny,
Is somebody stealing your phones and posting that stuff, or is it actually you guys just messing with each other?
Honestly, he is my best friend in the entire world besides Jim, uh, and Jeff Kotelis. Those
Oh,
are my
you?
those. Are,
I didn't know you were tight with Jeff.
oh
Awesome
yeah. Oh,
drummer.
me and Jeff used to live together. He was in Silence of a Silhouette. Like he's like a brother to me. I have Christmas dinner with his family and Thanksgiving every year. It's like
No
him and
way.
Sean have a custody battle over which one gets me for the holidays.
No,
But
that dude's an amazing drummer.
oh, he's so good. And then his sound company's doing well and everything like that. But no, me and Sean just one day we just started posting jokes about each other, and then I'm not gonna stop. I'm not until he tells me like, okay, this has gone on long enough. So,
No, it seems like a fun thing, and
what I mean,
I
what are
see that.
friends for if you can't bully each other a little bit?
Right. I see what Vassal's getting involved with it too,
Oh
right?
yeah,
The owner from the Foundry or whatever. I've never
yeah,
actually met that dude either, but like
he is.
I followed him, and honestly, I want to check out some of his books.
Yeah, he's one of the kindest, nicest, and
It
just
seems like it.
he's a great guy. Him and his wife are they're lovely people. I can't say enough good things about him. And I don't know them that well, but
Hmm.
every encounter, every experience I've ever had with them has been just really nice. Really nice. They're great people.
Good. It's nice
And
to be
the
around.
fact that him and Ray and everybody have, made sure the foundries, continued onwards is
So,
great. And then they, place that you and I are both very familiar with as of late, Mercury.
I was
Um,
just going to ask you about that. Actually, I mean, what was the reason the Foundry moved? Was it just like the rent, or was it
the
like the
landlords wouldn't
land?
renew their lease.
Is that what it was? Because that
Yeah.
was such a shame because they put so much work in it, and it was so nice, and
Yeah.
honestly, it wasn't I mean, it was the Blind Lemon when I first started playing there when I was
Yeah, it was. I
16,
remember my
17.
first time, one of my first shows in Lakewood as a punk shows. It was the Queers and Screeching Weasel played there at when it was the Blind Lemon.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That
and
big,
that was
tall, skinny dude was the booking guy. I can't, Kalo or Kano or
Kano.
I don't know.
Okay,
It's the guy from Mortal Kombat. But all right, that was my first one. But
yeah,
so
and then it was the breakfast. It was the High
high
Five.
five from when Billy owned it.
Billy has all the signs in his studio.
Right.
He
His
has the
studio
Blind
is
Lemon
nice.
sign and the
It's
High Five sign in the studio.
I haven't been there since he I think he finished up the back room, but like
Yeah,
he's
Tony's drumming for his band.
oh, he
Uh,
is?
yeah, he's doing us and Billy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah,
So he's got
um,
to be busy with that because that's the thing. Billy's a smart
yeah.
dude. He's got his toes dipped in a bunch of like the food trucks always killing it, and the studio's great.
Oh, I didn't know he had a food truck too. Good for him.
It's the Smoke and Rock and Roll. I think he's part owner of that, isn't he?
Oh, cool. Good for him. That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure he's part of that, but
I always thought maybe one day if I really wanted to, because one of my favorite movies in the world is this movie with
chef.
John Favreau. Yeah, Chef.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that movie. If I thought maybe like one day, like if I just did like a very small menu kind of thing, but it was like
We've
maybe
talked
that would
about
be
that too, man.
maybe that would be my foray back into cooking.
Well, you can make
But I'm
your
still
own
doing it. But at
hours
that point, you're
too.
doing it for yourself. So like,
Exactly.
I guess it's a lot different from working for owners of a restaurant that don't necessarily appreciate you and just see you as a line item on a expense bill.
Gotcha.
But
Okay, so if everybody doesn't know, Trendkill Radio is their podcast. It's pretty much it's just goofy
it,
silliness
it's
about
just
music and
we're like the Daily
pop
Show for
culture.
news,
Yeah,
for music news. Yeah,
yeah. So everybody needs to check that out. It's
we can't
fun.
take ourselves too seriously.
And you guys won some awards already with that. Even
We
only
came in second. My Wi-Fi is turning back on right now. I just walked past the router, but like it's cool. Like I get to see all these like different kinds of bands that I wouldn't normally go pay to see. Like the other night, and I will not stop talking about this band, like because I was blown away. So I worked Mercury the other night, and Faster Pussycat was the headliner.
wow.
Yeah, which they have this 30-year-old dude playing guitar for them right now on the leads.
Okay.
Holy sh!
Huh.
Just an absolute ripper. The kid was incredible. Watching him play was like one of the like highlights of my year so far. Like to see this guy play this way, like, and he was having such a good time with him. Like you could tell he was like just enjoying himself. Like it was
Did you
cool.
like the hair metal rock type stuff back in the
I
day?
you know what, they were good live, man, but I'd never really listened to them before. I mean, I know House of Pain like everybody else
Right.
does, but I'd never listened to them. But they were incredible. But the opening bands were Super Suckers, which they were awesome.
Super suckers.
I remember listening to them when I was a kid. They were on the kind of like the punk
Mhm.
thing. And then there was a band from Columbus called the Lonely Ones, which
They
they were
were on
really
that
good.
bill?
Yeah, they
No
were
way.
good.
Yeah,
They
they're
were
great.
really good. Those dudes just look like they were met like the one guitar player, the real tall, skinny kid.
Right.
He looks like he just walked out of Dazed and Confused. Like he is exactly where he should be. Like that dude was meant to do that. But there was this other band that played. They were third on the bill. Dominic Reeney's band played that night too. They were the opening band. They were Voltan.
I don't know Voltan.
They were
Wait,
good.
Dominic from Woodshed?
I think maybe yeah. The podcast.
No.
Oh,
He's got the company that makes like banners and signs and kick drum stuff, and I had him make two signs for me, and they're awesome. And
I'm I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot here, but I don't remember if that's what he does or not. But I think that might be him.
okay,
But
drummer.
no, like guitar player,
All right, different guys then.
different guy than art.
Must
But
be a
there was
different
this
guy.
other band on the bill. It was these two girls and a guy, and they're from Iowa, and they
Okay,
were called the Rumors, but it was spelled RUM Hours.
so
Like,
like Fleetwood Mac rumors.
yeah, they were called the Rumors, and it was these two girls. They got up in like high waist jean shorts that were cut off, and then like uh, just bikini tops, and they were coming to the stage, and I didn't know who they were, and I was like, oh, I was like, hey, if anybody like says anything gross or weird during your set, like oh, show your or whatever like that, I was like, we'll take care of it. Just let us know if you want them removed, and blah blah blah. And we got to talking for a second, and they were awesome. And I'm like, okay, I have no clue what I'm about to watch. They get on stage, they blew the roof off that place.
Hmm.
Like they were the best. They were the hands down best act of the night.
The rumors.
And
I'll check that
yeah, but
out.
they were like they were straight up like old school, like just punk, like
Nice.
just yelling and oh man, they were just oh
So was the guy the drummer, or was the guy
yeah,
that?
yeah. He was the drummer, and then the girls were on guitar and bass. They were playing an Explorer bass and a Flying V, and the energy was incredible. The music though,
Hmm.
like the music was like, are they attractive looking girls? Yes. Is part of their shtick to dress that way? Yeah. But the music is just
Right.
awesome.
Well, it's
It
kind
was
of
like
I
I
kind
just
of
need
feel
you
the
to hear
same
this.
way for like I I found Bandmaid, the Japanese girl band where they dress up as maids, but they're amazing,
I've never heard
and they
of it.
sing
So
in
look that up.
Japanese. But I bought like their entire catalog, and it's just fun. But they're great, like they're awesome.
I'll
I
have
don't
to
know,
look into that.
Bandmaid. So
But yeah,
when was the first time you actually like recorded like anything? Like, were you still a
I
kid?
was
Like,
15, and there was a studio not too far from where we lived that I was in this band uh, that was in my high school. It was these kids, and they were called LGB, but they never knew what the title. I think it was like Little Lafayette Garage Band was the actual name of the band, but like they never told anybody what the three letters stood for. So I played. We recorded the first record with them in this dude's studio in a in I want to say near
oh,
Sharon Center, and it was all reel to reel analog recording. One take, at a time, all that stuff, live drums, everything.
hmm.
That was the first time I ever recorded, and then we
You
actually
still have that
recorded.
recording?
It's somewhere around here. It's
Yeah.
terrible, but I
Well,
got it somewhere. And then, do you remember the studio that was in the basement of the Academy of Court Reporting across from Peabody's?
I never made it there.
There was the building across the street from Peabody's on 21st that had the Academy of Court Reporting in it or whatever. Down in the basement, there was a studio, and this guy named Mel Seifert ran it. Uh,
Is that Mike's dad? Michael Seifert's dad?
I don't know, maybe he was a shorter dude, kind of long skullet haircut. Uh,
Hmm.
but he had this studio down there. I can for the life of me not remember what it was called, but we
Because
did our second record there with him.
okay. Because we recorded at Annie up at Michael Seifert's or Seifert's studio.
Yeah, this I think they spell the names differently.
Oh, they do? Okay.
I think so. His was Seifert, like,
Okay.
but yeah, this guy Mel, and I never heard from him, saw him again after that. But yeah, and we were all still kids and everything like that. And then yeah, we that band came to its obvious end when our singer couldn't keep his ass out of jail.
Ah,
he kept
one
getting
way.
he kept getting in trouble all the time. He was a juvenile delinquent.
So you're huge into horror, like I'm assuming you do love like the Ice Nine Kills and all that stuff.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's very cool to me. Sometimes it's a bit much, like with the lyrics like being a little too like
On the nose.
thematically forced, I guess. But
Right.
it works. The music's cool. I enjoy what they're doing. Some songs are a bit much for me. Other stuff, it's like, oh, this is awesome. Whatever. But yeah, I actually just got new. They did a horror release, Dixon, this for Friday the 13th. So I just got two new ones yesterday. I got this is
Nice.
supposed to be a Jason Voorhees one, and then there's a Creature of the Black Lagoon one that I got, which I got for Sean because he has his whole upstairs bathroom by our studio decorated in Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Mm. You still got that Jason bass?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been having electrical problems for freaking ever. So I just I've hung it up. Plus, somebody at one of the last shows we played at Mercury, somebody took a nick out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, so it just doesn't leave the house anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hanging up. It's living in a case. I'm gonna probably get a way to display it eventually, just because it'll be easier that way.
So what are like three desert island albums for you? Oh, the
Ooh.
only things you can listen to for the rest of your life.
Oh man. I'm gonna have to, there's this new band out that I'm really into. And every single song they put out keeps getting better. Like I don't know how they're doing it, but they keep usually like a band plateaus and then it's just like it either stays the same or the quality of songwriting and everything just kind of like deteriorates. But I found this band last year. My buddy Dan Pavlonis took me to a show to see them with Knight Rider at Ace of Cups in Columbus, and they're called Dreamwake. It's metalcore, but with a saxophone player and very heavy 80s synth wave kind of vibes to it.
Really?
And it's just they're awesome.
What is it called?
Dreamwake.
Dreamwake. Okay.
Yeah. So I'd probably say them or they're a desert island, for
Wow.
me. Uh Man, this is tough.
Well, I just trimmed it down to three. I've been usually asking people five, so
Steve. There's this dude named Evan Pharmacus. he was in the band Vanna. He was the guitar player and second vocalist, and now he's also in the Spill Canvas.
Oh,
But he has a solo project called Wind and Sails, uh, and it's just him and an acoustic guitar for the most
okay.
part. There's a few songs that have some backing stuff to it, but and like a band. But I'd probably go with that
Wow.
also because it's very vibey, it's very moody, and it's just like it's very calming.
Okay.
So like when I'm having days where I just need to like get in the car and drive or something like that, I'll put something like that on and I'll just kind of like drift off and like whatever. So I go with him because the music is very good. He has a phenomenal voice. His playing is good. It's very good stuff. And then I'd probably have to go with there's a strung out record called Top Contenders, and it's a re-recording of all their like hit songs.
Okay.
So it's like a greatest hits, but everything has been fully re-recorded.
Revamp for the better?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. The recording quality has gone up on a lot of the songs. I'd probably have to say that's a great record.
Would you say you're a music snob?
I try not to be because you know what? When I was a kid, I used to be. I was a stuck-up little that thought I knew everything, and
Mhm.
if you didn't listen to the kind of music that I liked, then you're whatever. Like, you like country music? Oh, sucks to be you, nerd.
Well, I'm
Like
still kind of like that though.
I am to an extent. Like there's certain
I'm
stuff that
kidding.
I'm just like absolutely not. Like
Right.
no. But I figure this way, there's so much cool stuff in the world, and I see these people that like they do that stuff, and they're well into their 40s, and older than us even, and younger people they're like gatekeeping, and like
Right.
they only listen to one kind of music and blah blah blah. And it's like there's so much cool stuff out there. Why would you limit yourself like that? Why would you
Right.
stifle your own brain
Or
from being able to experience other
possible
stuff? Yeah,
enjoyment. Yeah.
like I know who the band Bill Murray is, but I've never really taken the time to actually really listen to them. And my guitarist Sean last night, we were at the studio. He was like, "You really need to listen to the new record." So I promised him I would, and I drove home last night and I listened to the whole new record, and like, wow,
Wow, good way or wow?
it's really good. Like I
Okay.
was not. It's I listened to the whole thing, and then I found out there's an extended version of it out already. So I
Hmm.
listened to that, and it had like two or three new songs on it, and I don't know what to like call it, but it's like a genre bender. It's
Okay.
all over the place, but it works.
Gotcha.
It just works.
Like
But
12 foot
not so
ninja, weird type,
yeah,
heavy, but
kind of
like,
like that. But
hmm.
without going into like the jazz fusion stuff, just like it's country. It's almost like
Oh,
metal country
really?
with a saxophone in it.
Huh.
It's weird, but it works. Try
Okay.
not the stuff I would normally listen to, but I did enjoy it.
Oh,
It was really I didn't dislike a single song on the entire record. It was very very vibey, very like just kind of like I caught myself bop my head like this a few times, and I was like, okay, all right,
cool.
that's good. But yeah, I try not to like. There's certain music out there that I'm just kind of like, why, no. But I try not to limit
Obviously
myself too
somebody,
much.
yeah, obviously some people dig it, right?
Yeah,
I think that's part of maturing too, though, is like not even caring or questioning what other people like or you do. It's like that's
yeah.
cool. They have their own taste, and
I mean, I'll
if I don't dig it, I'm not gonna like try to be like you're stupid or this sucks. I mean, it's like just move on and enjoy what you enjoy. Just try to.
I'll never forgive people for making mumble rap a thing, but that's whatever.
It's all good, man.
But yeah, no, it's like I don't know. I try not to limit myself musically anymore. I try to like give everything a shot. I try to experience things because at the end of the day, and it's a cheesy phrase to say, but variety really is the spice of life. So why
Mhm.
not just try to like and see how many things you can find that
Enjoy.
you might enjoy. Give stuff a shot.
Exactly, man.
Most bands wouldn't be here if people didn't just give their music a shot. So,
Right.
try to be fair.
Well, hopefully by the time I get around to editing this and your episode goes up, you'll have a name for the band,
Yeah, hopefully.
so I can plug you. And how many songs have you guys written and recorded yet so far?
Still working on. Sean's got one in the bank. I've got one that we're going to use.
And it's more like
But
just straight ahead rock then, or
it's
what?
gonna be it's like
Or like
skate punk.
punky?
It's gonna be like SoCal skate punk. It's really aggressive. Um, bordering on hardcore, like old school hardcore with some of the riffs in some parts.
So what are you
But
doing in the band? Are you singing, playing guitar, playing
I'm
bass?
gonna be playing bass and singing right now. Uh, I want to get a record done before we do a show.
Good.
So I want to do that. And if it comes out that I can't play bass and sing at the same time for this band, then I'll just do one or the other.
Cool.
I just want to get the songs out, man. And like like this first song that we're really grinding out. It's just a 45-second section of a song that I wrote in my head one day, and it's just been living there rent free. And the fact that I'm finally getting it out right now is like it feels so freaking awesome to just get this out
Did you go like
onto.
in your phone and be like, all right, or just so you didn't
Kind of, yeah,
forget
but
it?
like I'll send you over check your Facebook messages in a little bit. I'll send you over the clip of what we've gotten so far.
Okay.
It's and it's that's again that's why we're kind of stuck right now is the riff that's been in my head was the chorus, and then I went from the chorus into the second verse.
What are you guys tuning to?
Just we're either gonna do D standard or drop D
Okay.
because strung out actually a lot of their songs are in D standard. They're just tuned a full step down, and
Gotcha.
it sounds just fine.
Cool.
So I want it to be like kind of heavy, but I don't want it to be like heavy to the point where it's like we're just chugging along all the time. Because the funny thing about this band is all three of us or all four of us are metal dudes,
Right.
and we've all been in metal bands together. So like that's why I was like, okay, I really want to do like this stuff like Strung Out and 88 Fingers Louie and Rise Against and Pennywise. Because like if you listen to like a lot of those bands, they have those elements of hardcore and thrash metal incorporated into punk rock.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I think that's kind of why it resonated with like the extreme sports community. Because when I was a BMX rider as a kid and into my early 20s, that was what we all listened to because it was just like it was driving it, like got us amped up. We were
Right.
having fun, and I'm played out on metal. I'm played out on the quantized crap, and I just want to play the stuff that I grew up on and do it
What,
for myself and play what makes me happy instead of trying to pigeonhole myself anymore.
what do you think about some of the emo screamo getting this breath of
It's
life second?
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like I like a lot of the bands. I'm just like I'm sick and tired of just how much fake stuff is in there.
Really?
Like I get it. Like I've done it. I've been in bands with backing tracks with an IEM rig, but it's like it's an efficiency thing. Like you can't bring a full core or like a full, string quartet on the road with you to
Right.
play your songs. That's fine. But when you're literally like pantomiming up there, like you're Milli Vanilliing it on stage, like and everybody's like, not everybody does that. I'm like, yes, not everybody does that, but there are a few of you
Right.
that do. So like, it's just I don't know. I'd rather play music that makes me feel something because
It seems like a lot of people I talk to are feeling the same way, like for
it's
real. And is that because, I mean,
are we getting older and we're just get off my
yeah,
lawn
yeah, that's what
or
I mean.
like
Is it that or like to a
I
point?
think they overdid it. I think they overdid it because every single song that these bands put out for the most part, it all sounds it's droning and it's too it all sounds the same and it's got these like perfectly sampled drums. Like, dude, I want to feel the swing of the stick smacking down on that snare
Right,
when I listen to your record. I don't want to hear this perfectly like, oh, we sampled this with 5,000 microphones around it and you can manipulate it to any way you want, blah blah. Like,
right.
that's cool, man, and I love the fact that we can do stuff like that, but I feel like it overall has made people lazy
Yeah.
and too resilient and too reliant on the fact that like, oh, well, we'll just do this, it'll be fine.
Well,
It's like,
my buddy Randy, I did interviewed him a couple weeks ago, and I think it makes a good point. It's like taking the human factor out, where you might hear like a little flub or a little weird sound or this and that, like that makes
yeah.
that's what makes the song for some reason. It's
Yeah,
like
like
you
there's so
can't.
many songs that have accidental whoopsie daisy moments in them
That's
that they
why they're
left.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, like
agreed.
uh I don't know, man. It's soulless
Yeah,
to an extent. Like it's too perfect. And I never thought that And the weird thing is too is like we're starting to bridge this gap between heavy music and pop with this like overly synth heavy programming, like formulaic stuff they're doing. And it's almost like they're just heavy pop songs at this point.
Mm,
And again, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what people like and that's like what opens the door to them to getting into heavy music, they find these bands and then, maybe they venture down the rabbit hole and find some older stuff that's heavier or whatever. I'm all for that, man. It's just not for me anymore. And it's been
right,
so overdone that I just can't listen to it anymore because it doesn't make me feel anything
yeah.
anymore. Like, I want to feel something when I listen to a record. I want to be taken on a trip.
What
I
about
want
that
to,
though? Like the fact that like albums are, I mean, I'm an album guy
yeah,
too. I love a
like,
full album. Like if you had that many good songs that, I love that. The fact that everything's going towards singles and EPs and stuff because
yeah.
of the attention
And they're like,
span.
people, yeah, exactly. They're all like, people don't have the attention span for it. I'm like, you changed it so they didn't, so try to change it so they can again. Like,
Right.
I mean, like,
Well, it's still like all these dinosaurs in the industry that like they're trying to make the trends where it's like before it was the artists that made the trends and then the suits would just have faith in it, hopefully enough to push it.
yeah. I mean,
But
it was honestly that like it's like what you like. That's how it was back in the day, though. It was one of two ways. What you said, the suits have faith in it, and they just let it run its course, or they manufacture and package the hell out of it, and
right.
okay, you guys look this way, but we're gonna do this, and
Or
then
the fact that
we're gonna change you a little bit.
right. Or the fact nowadays the labels just basically prey on the artists or whoever's already have a huge following on one of the socials or something so that they don't even have to
Yeah,
work
they
to
don't
build
want to
it
do the
up.
work.
There's no artist development anymore, you know what
Like,
I
look how
mean?
many
It's
jobs we've like in the industry alone. Look how many jobs have been replaced by the internet almost. I mean, computers, internet, whatever you want to call it, have literally just ripped jobs out of the music industry because there's no more like A&R department. There's like one guy doing
yeah,
it. You know what I mean? Like most record labels are like a handful of people now, where it used to be like a whole operation with like staff and like office space like that took up whole buildings. Like I mean, the Capitol Records building in LA. Like,
right.
it's just like,
That's got to be greed though too that helps destroy that because it's
oh,
like the
absolutely.
CEO, do you really need a $20 million bonus this year? And
No.
it's just right,
Like, yeah, pat yourself on the back with a nice fat paycheck bump that you didn't need. Like,
right,
but
right.
I don't know. To that note, though, I mean, it has allowed people to do things on their own without a label.
Exactly.
It's
That's why I
the
mean the
that's the best thing
freedom.
about what we're doing right now is the fact that like we live in a time where we don't need the label to put our music out.
Exactly. I totally agree, and that's the thing. Anything could change overnight, but the point is, who cares about that even?
Yeah,
The
I'd
fact that
rather just have fun.
you can record at home, you could mix it yourself, you can learn to mix it yourself, and literally, I mean, look at how much amazing music has come out, or even like film, TV, or anything. People just
Yeah.
doing it on their own, and like that's what
Hmm.
someone said in an interview the other day. Is just like just do it. Who cares? Just do it. And
Yep.
it's and he's
And that's what
absolutely
I'm
right.
and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Is like for the first time in a long time, I'm doing what I want.
Good.
Like I'm not just doing it to be like, oh, I'm in a band because I like being in bands and having fun. No, I'm doing this the way I want to do it. I'm gonna be difficult to work with because I want this to be
The best they can be.
I want it to be a certain way. I want to do this for the right reasons, and that reason for me right now is for my damn self.
Right.
I just want to be happy and play music that I enjoy playing. And if some people like it, awesome. If they don't, I still got the songs out of my head that were in my head. And if they,
Driving you crazy.
yeah, and if they find a place to live in the space instead of my brain, then awesome.
Yep.
You know?
I agree. That's the right reasons.
But yeah.
Well, Chris Jones, I thank you for your time, brother. Seriously, it was great talking to you.
Yeah, this is so much fun, man. I'd love
Do
to
it
come on
anytime.
again. Yeah, we got to hang out soon too, man. I miss you.
Sundays are, I mean, sorry, summers are tough, like I said, but
Yeah.
it's usually if I have an off night, it's a weeknight. So
Well, hey, if there's ever a show at one of the venues I work at that you want to come out to, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. Okay.
sounds good, brother. And like I
Uh,
said before, everybody Hopefully you have the band name by then so I can plug it.
Hopefully,
But Trendkill Radio,
I'm letting this one do itself organically. Like when I know,
right,
I'll know. Like
right.
I don't want to force anything. I'm just gonna like just
Trendkill Radio. Make sure you
yeah,
subscribe
check
to
us
that.
out on there.
Anything else you want to plug though, like for now, or
Um, at the moment, no. I've dialed back a lot of the stuff I'm doing. I'm just living life, man. I'm
just doing
uh
you?
yeah, I am, and it's been really nice.
Good,
So I'm just there's some special people in my life I'm thankful to have around, and I'm happy right now, and I've got friends like you and all the other guys in the music scene and stuff, and I'm just working the gigs and doing the YouTube show, doing Trend Kill and doing the music, and that's pretty much all I really need, man. I'm good.
good. Are
So
you
yeah.
fanboying at all? Like getting autographs from any of the bands or anything that are coming through?
No, I can't do it. But real quick, I'll tell you a story about a gig I worked the other night before we go. I worked the Devo show
Oh, nice.
the other night, and their TM was this one dude, and then they had the girl that like ran the meet and greets and stuff that was on the road with them. She did like all the VIP stuff. Uh, they were phenomenal people. I absolutely loved them. Um, I ended up running the meet and greet with them, like doing security for that,
Okay.
and I was watching over Mark and the guys, and man, some of their fans are just like, woo,
Right.
weird people, man. Like, and like they were trying to touch him, and I'm just like, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, and I've always thought this, once I got my head out of my teenage, and got over everything, and stopped being starstruck. They're just ordinary people with an extraordinary job.
Yeah.
You know, they don't like being gushed over, and you're like, ah,
Depends though. Who
it's
know? Who knows?
I know some people, yeah, some people thrive on that stuff, and
Right.
but these guys are in their 70s and 60s, and they're like, oh God, leave me alone, please.
Right.
Like, but I had to throw like a couple people out of that because they were getting a little too weird,
Yeah.
and the TM just like ended up sticking me with them for the rest of the night. Like I was with Mark all pretty much all night long,
Wow.
like just keeping an eye on him. But it's just like it was funny. But there was a guy that we had to keep an eye out for apparently that was messaging the band a
Oh,
lot, and like they were like, this guy is
so they're
kind
like
of
gave you a picture and you're like keep an eye
yeah.
out for. No way.
Yeah, he was
Stalking
like,
them, huh?
yeah, pretty much. And then
Damn.
he did show up, and he did try to get in, and
Wow.
they got him. Like they
Wow.
got him. Like it was, yeah, a whole thing. Like he thought he was messed. Like it was kind of like not to, but the delusion that the guy that with the Dimebag Daryl incident,
Answer. Yeah.
it was kind of like that state of delusion.
Mm,
And I hope this guy gets the help he needs
right.
for
Well,
sure.
probably not likely now, but
Yeah, but yeah, we had to they had to usher him out. They caught him trying to get in. And I was like, oh, thank God.
wow.
But just yeah, so like I try not to like I did take pictures with the rumors the other night because I wanted to like push the band out a little bit to my people because
Gotcha.
I know there's people in my circle and on my socials that would like love to hear them, and plus it's a very like they're very empowering to women and stuff like that, and I feel like
Good.
there needs to be more bands that are doing that kind of stuff right now, like kind of giving people something to believe in and fight for because I don't know, every band seems just kind of a generic message these days, and I kind of miss when bands actually stood behind a cause and kind of like made that part of their shtick.
Right.
But these girls definitely believe in what they're saying, that's for sure.
Good. Oh,
And the music is just good. It's
cool.
just good. So yeah,
Well,
man, just
I will check it out.
check us out on Trendkill, and
Yes.
I'll get out of your hair.
No, it's all good, brother. I want to thank you one more time. Seriously, it's fun.
Yeah.
In the meantime, don't forget chrisdanleymusic.com, lovelag.com. I recently put up every single release I've ever recorded on my own Bandcamp page. So go check that out. And Critic City and all that fun stuff. So in the meantime, Chris Jones, don't you have something better to do? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I gotta go to work.
Thanks, brother. Have fun, man.
All right, man.
Appreciate
I'll
it.
talk to you soon. All right, take care.
All right, pal. Bye.
All right, later on.
Yeah,